dive right into all this AI prompting stuff that you sent us,
Yeah, looks like you're really looking to boost your prompting game.
especially for multimodal
Okay, a
applications.
deep dive ready for you.
From the fundamentals
Yeah,
to some more advanced techniques like
like prompt chaining.
prompt chaining.
Oh, yeah. And what's especially interesting is seeing how you want to use AI for marketing, SEO, and web development.
For sure.
So we'll for sure make sure to tie all these ideas back to those specific areas.
Perfect.
So you can actually, you know,
Walk away.
walk away with knowledge you can use
Yeah.
right away.
So I've been looking through all this material,
Yeah.
and it really seems like a big thing is just thinking like an AI.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people have trouble writing good prompts.
Right.
Because they just don't really get how the AI reads what they're writing.
It's true.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
That's a big problem people run into.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so good at reading between the lines
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and context and all that nuance. But AI, it's just
Yeah.
looking for patterns.
Yeah.
It takes things literally.
Yeah, like a robot.
Kind of
Yeah.
in the Google AI course notes,
Mm-hmm.
they have this framework.
Oh.
It's called TCREI.
Okay.
Thoughtfully create really excellent inputs.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, and one of the big parts of that is really understanding how AI is going to read the prompts that you're writing.
Okay.
And they have this great example about think outside the box.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
That's so perfect.
Yeah, we say that all the time.
Yeah.
But an AI might literally try to come up with ideas about boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, funny.
Really emphasizes how important it is to be super clear with what you're saying
For sure.
and anticipate how that AI is going to understand it.
Yeah, and we can't just assume that it's going to have the same common sense that we do.
Right. Or understand a metaphor. So it's not just about being clear, it's about understanding the AI's perspective.
Yeah,
Like almost speaking a different language a little bit.
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that's where techniques like the chain of thought prompting can really help.
Yeah.
So instead of just asking for a solution,
Right.
you're going to break down your request into all these little steps.
Okay.
And prompt the AI to think through the problem
Okay.
and show its work, basically.
Yeah, show your work in math class.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't just want the answer.
Right.
You want to see how they got there.
You want to see the logic.
Yeah.
And that helps you to make sure that the AI isn't just getting lucky.
Right.
And it also lets you catch those hallucinations.
Hallucinations.
Yeah, where the AI spits out something that says sounds good,
Right.
but it's totally wrong.
Right.
Just made up.
Factually incorrect.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of this YouTuber I was watching.
Uh-huh.
They were trying to get AI to generate code instead of instructions
Okay.
to build a blog template.
Yeah.
They were using ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot.
Yeah, it's interesting to see.
It was really fascinating to see how the different models have
Yeah,
their strengths and weaknesses.
totally.
Yeah.
It's like having a team of specialists
Right.
with their own expertise.
Yeah.
And that reminds us how important it is to really tailor your prompts
Yeah.
to the model you're working with and what you're trying to do.
Right. So it's not one size fits all.
No.
You got to know your tools.
Yeah.
ChatGPT might be great for some creative text formats,
Right.
but Gemini might be better at understanding and responding to visuals.
Exactly.
So you got to know the right tool for the job.
Yeah. And that's where knowing those different prompting strategies,
Yeah.
like question input, entity input, completion input,
Right.
can be super helpful
Yeah.
to know which one to use when.
There was that cool example in the Google AI course notes
Yeah.
using question input
Uh-huh.
to generate names for a dried flower shop.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it was a cool example.
It was a great example of how even a simple prompt
Yeah.
can give you some really creative results.
Yeah, just by asking it a question.
Right.
What's a good name?
Yeah.
You're opening up the AI to a whole bunch of possibility.
And it feels like that's one of the big benefits of AI prompting in general.
Yeah,
It can unlock some creativity and get you thinking about stuff you might not have thought of on your own.
absolutely.
It's like having a brainstorming buddy.
Yeah, but AI.
Exactly. And it's not just limited to text.
Right.
This is where it gets really cool.
Yeah.
With the multimodal prompting.
An multimodal prompt.
Yeah, you can bring in images, audio, videos, all kinds of media into your prompts.
Yeah, that's what I was really excited about. I
Yeah.
saw some examples like describing meals from photos
Yeah.
to write engaging content.
Right.
Or even getting data from an image of a receipt.
That's cool.
It's like we're moving past just language.
into this whole new creative realm.
It's like AI is starting to understand the world more like how we experience it.
Right. We don't just live in a world of text.
Exactly.
That's all this sensory information all the time.
It's true.
And AI is starting to get that now.
Yeah, which is really cool.
And there were even some tips in the Google AI for Developers documentation about how to design those multimodal prompts. Making sure that AI is focusing on the right part of an image and giving it hints if it's getting stuff wrong.
Yeah.
It's like we're teaching it to see and understand the world. Like
we do.
That's a great way to put it.
And that teaching the AI idea is so important as we move on to those more advanced techniques.
Yeah.
Like prompt chaining and the tree of thought approach.
Let's talk about those next.
Okay, those sound really interesting.
Yeah.
Let's dive into those.
Prompt chaining is kind of like creating a recipe for the AI to follow.
Okay, yeah.
Like step by step.
I'm getting that. And each step kind of builds on the one before it.
Right.
So you can tackle these more complex tasks by breaking them down into smaller prompts.
I saw a cool example in the Google AI course notes.
Oh, yeah?
Where they used it to like design a whole onboarding program for new hires at an agency.
Cool.
It started with like a simple outline.
Yeah.
Then used each output as the input for the next prompt.
Right.
And like eventually they had a job description, a quiz, even ideas for a cover image.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's a great example of how it can streamline workflows. And really help with the creative process.
It's like you have an AI assistant helping you brainstorm.
Exactly.
And then there's tree of thought.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like taking that idea of breaking things down even further.
It's like asking the AI to think out loud.
Yeah.
Right? So with tree of thought prompting, you're encouraging the AI to like explain his reasoning as it goes.
The Google AI course notes compared it to like designers brainstorming together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bouncing ideas back and forth and building on each other's ideas.
Right. Like you can see how the AI is getting to its conclusions.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really helpful.
Yeah.
So you can identify, areas for improvement and refine your prompts to get better results.
It's like we're learning to talk to AI on like a deeper level.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
That's great.
So let's bring these techniques back to like the stuff you're interested in.
Okay.
Marketing, SEO, web development.
So let's start with marketing.
Okay, yeah.
So say you're launching a new product.
Okay.
You could use prompt chaining to first generate a list of like key features and benefits.
Okay.
And then use those outputs to create like targeted ads for different groups.
Okay.
And then even draft social media posts.
Wow.
That highlight those benefits.
So instead of like staring at a blank page, I could have AI help me build a whole marketing campaign.
Exactly.
Piece by piece.
Step by step.
That's amazing. And you can use the tree of thought approach too.
Okay.
To analyze like customer feedback.
Yeah.
And then adjust your messaging based on what the AI is telling you is working.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what about SEO?
Right. So for SEO.
I'm always trying to get my website higher in the rankings.
AI can really help with that.
Okay.
So imagine using prompt chaining to research good keywords.
Yeah.
Then analyze your competition.
Yeah.
And then generate content that's optimized to beat them.
Yeah. So I could have the AI help me write content.
Yeah.
That's relevant to what people are searching for.
Yeah.
But also designed to rank higher than everyone else.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And you can also use tree of thought.
Okay.
To like understand why some pages are ranking better than others.
Okay.
And then you can adjust your strategy based on that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like having an AI SEO consultant.
Right.
This is really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's web development.
Right.
I'm curious to see how AI can help with that.
Well, web dev is another area where AI is making a big impact.
Okay.
So imagine just describing what you want on your website.
Yeah.
And having the AI generate the code for you.
Really? Like I could just say, I need a contact form with these specific fields.
Yeah.
And it would just write the code.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It might not always be perfect.
Right.
And you'll still need to know how to code to really understand it.
Yeah, of course.
But it can really speed things up.
That's wild.
And make web development a lot easier for people who aren't like expert coders.
For sure.
And then you can use prompt chaining to build more complex features step by step.
Like starting with a basic layout and adding different elements and functions.
Exactly.
Even like making it look good. It's like having an AI architect.
I like that.
Helping you design the website.
Yeah.
Remember that AI prompts sheet1.pdf document you sent?
Uh-huh.
There was a case study in there where someone used AI to make new pages for a music school's website.
Oh, yeah?
They use their brand guidelines and a client questionnaire to create outlines that really fit the company's overall message.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how AI is actually being used
to
solve real-world problems in web dev.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And as these AI models get better, we can expect to see even more advanced stuff.
Like what?
Like imagine using AI to analyze how people are using your website.
Okay.
And then automatically changing the design to improve the user experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like having an AI web designer.
Yeah.
That's always learning.
Constantly improving.
And getting better based on real data.
The possibilities are limitless.
They really are.
But with all this awesome potential comes responsibility, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about the good stuff, but what about the potential problems?
Well, one big thing to watch out for is bias. Yeah, so these AI models are trained on tons of data. And if that data has biases in it, those biases can show up in the AI's responses.
So if the AI learns from data that reflects, like, existing societal biases, it might generate stuff that just continues those biases.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, so we really have to be careful about that.
Yeah, for sure. We need to be aware of that and really look at what the AI is producing.
Yeah, we need to remember that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and it's up to us to make sure that we're using it the right way.
Ethically.
Ethically.
And another thing to think about is how AI might impact human creativity and critical thinking.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like as we rely more and more on AI to come up with ideas and solutions, we have to make sure that we're not losing our own abilities to think for ourselves.
So it's like a balance between taking advantage of AI, but also not getting lazy.
And not becoming dependent on it.
Right. Yeah. Keeping our own brains sharp.
Exactly.
So it's not about letting AI take over. It's about working together with it.
Yeah, it's about collaboration.
Yeah.
Not replacement.
I like that.
Which is what makes this whole field so exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we're at the beginning of something huge.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to figure out how to use AI in a way that benefits everyone.
It's exciting.
It is.
But also a little bit scary.
A little bit daunting, yeah.
Yeah, but this deep dive has been amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm really inspired to learn more about AI and all the stuff we can do with it.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear what you're most excited about in this field.
Oh, that's a great question.
What are some of the big things on the horizon for AI?
Yeah, what's coming next? One thing I'm really excited about is how the AI models themselves are evolving.
Okay.
We're seeing models that can handle like way more complex prompts. And the responses are just so much more nuanced.
It's like we're having real conversations with the AI now.
It's like a dialogue.
Yeah.
Not just giving it instructions.
It reminds me of that thing I read in the natural language processing article.
Yeah.
They were talking about research into algorithms that could work across different languages.
Oh, wow.
And subjects.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
That's amazing.
using AI to like collaborate with people all over the world?
Yeah.
No matter what language they speak.
That would be incredible.
Breaking down those language barriers.
Yeah.
Sharing knowledge.
That's the dream.
That's the kind of impact AI could have.
Yeah, for sure.
And as these models get better,
right,
we're also seeing new prompting techniques.
Exactly.
Like multimodal prompting.
Yeah, multimodal prompting is really pushing the boundaries.
Bringing in all those different types of media.
Yeah, images, audio, all that stuff.
I saw some crazy examples in the Google AI for Developers documentation.
Oh, yeah.
Like generating descriptions from images, or even like composing music from visual prompts.
That's wild.
That's like
AI is getting creative.
Yeah.
It's tapping into all those senses we have.
It makes me think about how this could change things like advertising and design and entertainment.
Yeah.
Like imagine creating an ad campaign.
Yeah.
Using AI to blend together visuals and text.
That would be so cool.
And we were talking about AI agents before.
Yeah, AI agents are awesome.
Could you remind me how those work?
Yeah, so AI agents are kind of like these specialized AI assistants that can do stuff for you automatically.
So like what kind of stuff?
Well, imagine an agent that's constantly checking your website traffic.
Okay.
Looking for SEO problems. And even suggesting solutions.
So it's like a 24/7 SEO expert.
Exactly.
Working behind the scenes.
Always on the job.
The Google AI course notes had some interesting stuff about how these agents can even simulate conversations. and take on specific roles.
They can be like your coach.
Right. They had those examples of like practicing negotiation skills or getting feedback on your writing.
It's like having a personal AI tutor.
Exactly.
Right there in your computer.
And the best part is that these tools are getting easier to use.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyone can start using AI.
That's what's so exciting.
No matter what their technical skills are.
It's really democratizing AI.
Yeah, it feels like we're entering this new era where AI is just part of our lives, helping us learn and create and connect in ways we never thought possible.
It's a pretty amazing time to be alive.
But with all this potential comes responsibility.
Oh, absolutely.
We can't forget about that.
We got to make sure we're developing and using AI ethically.
Right. Thinking about those potential biases.
Yeah, and making sure everyone benefits.
Not just a select few.
It's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations and guidelines and transparency.
So it's not just about the technical side of things.
Right.
It's about the human side, too.
It's about our values, our ethics.
And what kind of future we want to build.
Yeah, what kind of world do we want to live in?
Exactly.
So here's something to think about.
Yeah.
Imagine using AI to create a personalized learning plan.
Okay.
Based on your own interests and goals.
So like?
You could give it articles, podcasts, your notes.
Yeah.
And it would come up with this whole structured path for you.
Wow.
To learn and explore.
It would be like a custom curriculum.
Exactly.
That changes as you learn and grow.
And helps you reach your full potential.
AI could totally revolutionize education.
It really could.
Make it more personalized, more engaging.
And accessible to everyone.
Now that's a future I can get behind.
I think so too.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has been fun.
Exploring all this AI stuff with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's clear that this technology can change the world.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
But we need to use it wisely.
Absolutely.
And make sure we're building a future where everyone can thrive.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
And remember, the future of AI is in our hands.